sure you've experienced this as well. If you're a highly sensitive person, you might be in a fantastic mood, and then you might just literally walk out on the street, or you might go into a shop or go to a cafe, and you are suddenly in a bad mood. That's when you can very easily start judging yourself and being like, why am I so negative? Why am I in such a bad mood? And you feel helpless and depleted. But again, if you can start to understand your base level energy, how that feels, that's when you can start to notice these differences and go, ooh, okay, something's just shifted. There's a lot of dense energy here. I'm just going to go to this other cafe. And when I get home, I'm going to do a bit of a cleanse. Reminder, you did not come here to play someone else's game, to box yourself in, or to let fear guide your choices. You came here to experience joy and abundance and to love the shit out of your life. The Truejectory podcast is here to remind you of a few important truths. 1, you are the creator of your reality. 2, anything that you can dream or imagine, you can create. 3, following passion is the quickest way to align you with your true path. 4, your reality is always a reflection of your current thoughts and beliefs, and those thoughts and beliefs can be changed at any time. You are amazing, and it's time to own who you really are. Tune in weekly to be reminded that you can create the life that you're dreaming of and to learn exactly how to do it. Get inspired by those who have been bold enough to follow their passions and have created their dream life because of it. If you're ready to stop playing small, stop holding yourself back, and start aligning with your trajectory, let's do it. Today's episode is very close to my heart. I want to talk about the power of being an empath. And it's taken me a really long time to realize how much power there actually is in being an empath, an empathetic human, a highly sensitive person. If you are one of these people, you'll be feeling me going, yes, please tell me the benefits, because everyone just thinks I'm so emotional, I'm crying all the time. Make it stop. And so, first of all, how do you know if you're an empath? And this is all based on my own experience, my own life, right? I'm not Googling these things, so you can probably find a lot more info online if you want to dive into this a little bit deeper, but this is from my perspective. So, how do you know if you're an empath? One of my favorites is when you watch TV, or when you are, in my case, even when I'm editing videos of people, as soon as there are people involved, I am locked in like we are the same human. So when you're watching a movie, you're acting along with them. Like if they're smiling, you're sitting there on the couch smiling so big. Obviously, if they're crying, it'll set off tears in you most times. But I just, one time I actually recorded myself on the couch just watching a movie. I deleted it because it was just so hilarious. But the wave of emotions that I go through when I watch a movie, it's like I'm acting. And I know a lot of other empaths who do the same thing, and it's just hilarious. So don't judge yourself if you're doing that. And if there's anyone around you who's judging it, they just don't get it. But I get it. I so get it. And I just think it's cute. I think it's so cute that you're so locked in with this other human who's on the screen that you're just feeling everything they're feeling, even though they're just acting. It's just a character. But I love it, like I was saying, when I edit videos of people, oh my gosh, the amount of times I'll feel my cheekbones and be like, why are my cheekbones so sore? And then 2 seconds later I'm editing and I realize I've just been beaming this big smile because the person I'm editing in this interview or this video or whatever is just smiling so big, or they're making mistakes and they're laughing at themselves. So I'm just pissing myself laughing. And anyway, that's one way that you can definitely know how empathic you are. When someone speaks to you, you're often acting along with them. You're mirroring their actions and their tone. And I remember when I started studying NLP, I was actually really shocked to find that a lot of the things that they teach in NLP, I was actually already doing naturally as an empath. So a lot of what NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, has to do with at the beginning when you're forming a relationship with someone so you can work with them is you need to build rapport. And some of the ways that you do this is that you mirror them or you match them. And as an empath, you often do that already. You're sort of like, if they're like getting really expressive, like even as you're listening, you're sort of like in this energy with them. And if they're really low and dark, you're sort of, you're down there with them. And you could say, well, everyone's going to do that sort of thing, but there's definitely a different level when you're a highly sensitive person, and you will feel that. You'll know what I'm talking about. There's just this lock-in of like, I am with you. Whatever you are saying, I'm feeling it right as you're saying it. And you sometimes feel off when you're speaking to someone without having any reason why. Like their words may be completely fine, but they might be holding a lot of pain and anger. And without even realizing it, you're tapping into that, you're feeling that. So you're either getting drained by them, or you've sort of got this hesitation, a bit of like a reserved feeling going, this person isn't being really aligned with what they're feeling, like their words and their feelings are just not the same. But because we don't really have a measurement to go, hey, I can see exactly what you're feeling right now, it's just a gut instinct, you can't really say anything. So it can be a little bit tricky sometimes when you're dealing with people, because you are seeing, you're feeling into another level. Because words are only 7% of communication, right? Physiology and tone are the bigger parts of this. But overall, we're energy. We're energetic beings. So when you're an empath, you're feeling energy. You have energetic tentacles that are going into every other person's energetic fields. And you are bringing that energy, that information back into your own field, and you're feeling it as if it's your own. So this is why sometimes you might be like, why this person's saying some beautiful things, but I'm feeling like this is not a great person to be around right now. This might be why. You might be feeling a lot more than you understand. So let's look into some of the powers, okay? Because everyone can look at these things as positive or negative, but there are both sides to it. And we'll look at the possible pitfalls at the end. But for now, let's look at the superpowers, because this is a beautiful gift and you've been given it for a reason. So to know more about it is to use it to its full potential. So you're able to sense the room and make informed decisions just by entering it often. You can sense the vibe, the energy, the tone of the people in that room. And it's great to really learn to trust those gut instincts. Start paying more attention to these feelings that come up where you're sort of like out of nowhere going, I really don't want to be in this space. Trust that. There's a reason that that's come up for you. So you have the ability, like I was saying, to feel someone's vibe before they even speak. So you might have already sort of come to a conclusion before this person talks, which is really interesting, because everyone around you that might not be so empathic might be thinking, this person's so charismatic and fantastic, and you might be sitting there going, why am I the only one who's not vibing with this person? Like, that's really frustrating. But it's actually a superpower, because you're actually seeing through, like we were saying, you're seeing to the deeper levels, the energetic layers of this human and what they're actually emitting. Narcissists, for example, they're usually highly charismatic. They're the life of the party. And so a lot of people get caught up in that glitz and glam, that face value status, going, this person's so much fun, they're great, they're a vibe. And you might be sitting there going, something doesn't feel right. So just really getting used to that feeling, see what that feels like, and trust yourself. You haven't created it for no reason. You're not out there just trying to create conflict with people. I'm sure you want to get along with as many people as possible. So when this feeling comes up, it's like, it's come up for a reason. There's a good reason that you need to know this thing about this person. So just take it slow. Maybe don't jump into too many agreements with this person yet till you get to know them a little bit better. And you might see things might start to unfold that makes sense of that feeling a little bit better. So you're great at building rapport, like I was saying. That is such a skill. Making people feel comfortable with you. You are going to find as an empath that you have a lot of people just coming up to you and telling you their life story. It might be, in the last week alone, I've had someone, I went to, I think it was Kmart. I was looking at the shoe section, and I had this woman come up to me out of nowhere, and she just starts telling me her life story about how she used to have these shoes and they used to make her back hurt, and she used to have to put these inserts in, and then she did this and then she did that, and then she ended up talking about her sister's wedding and then her family and new babies in the family. And I'm just sitting there going, wow, nothing wrong with it. There's just so much info that's just come out of you. But it's because my energy as an empath, it makes them feel comfortable. We build rapport with people without even knowing it, without even meaning to. We have like an open here, like a a neon open sign on our energetic field, and they feel that and they come in and they go, oh, I can unload on you. Maybe they haven't been able to speak to someone about any of their problems for weeks or months or whatever, and they feel that freedom and allowance in you, and they just release. So that's another really great way to know if you're an empath or a highly sensitive person, because it is felt by other people. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far and getting a lot of value out of it. I'd love to ask you to take just a couple of seconds to rate and subscribe to this channel. Once you do that, take a screenshot, let me see that subscribe button hit and the rating, DM that to me on Instagram at Truejectory, one word, and I have a gift for you. I'm going to send you a link that's going to lead you to some digital artwork. These are pieces that are all original photography. I've gone out in nature and taken some beautiful shots. I've got some quotes over the top. I've got some affirmations. And these are pieces that you can blow up to any size that you wish and hang them around your home or your office. And they're going to keep you in a positive mental headspace at all times. Whenever you look at them, they're really calming, beautiful pieces. So thank you so much in advance for rating and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. It's going to help us get these messages out to a larger audience. And I want this space to be somewhere that you can come every single week to be supported, to be motivated, to be inspired, to be reminded that you can create the life that you choose. And all of the beautiful guests that I have on every week are examples of just that. So thank you in advance. I've got so much love for you. Stay true, and I'll see you soon. So also, as I'm sure you would know by now, you cry a lot. There's a lot of tears that come out. And I want to be so clear, this is the biggest of the superpowers of being an empath. Because think about it, you are releasing emotions on the go, on the fly, as they're coming up. You're feeling them, they're coming to the surface, and you're releasing them. Don't you always feel so much better when you've had a big cry? No matter what the scenario or situation, you feel awful. It's bottling inside of you. It's making your body feel in disharmony and uneasy. And you finally just explode and you give up and you scream and you cry and you let it all out. And then you feel better. Always. It's a release. It's a physical release of this emotional buildup. So people who don't have this, who aren't constantly crying when they need to, are storing these emotions, and this is how the body goes into dis-ease, disharmony, because there's all this emotion that's stored within people's bodies that they don't even know about, that they haven't allowed to come up to the surface and be released. So you are healing your body on the go as you cry continuously. Whenever it comes up, let it go. Be proud of that. And if there are people around you who are judging that, might be an opportunity for you to see what people don't deserve you in their world. If they're not supportive of the fact that you're a highly emotional person, that's just the way you've always been, that's just the way you're always going to be, and that it's such a beautiful thing because you no doubt care so deeply for the people in your world. If they can't accept that you're going to cry every now and then and just hold space, you don't need them to do anything. Just, you don't want to be judged for it, right? Like, that's the only thing. We judge ourselves because we think, oh, everyone's going to judge me because I'm always crying. It's like, you know what? I think it is a beautiful thing. I think it's a gift. And I think you should be absolutely proud every single time you cry. It's like your body is proving that it's working in top condition. It's highly functioning because it is letting go of everything and not storing anything up. The last thing I want to look at about the power of being an empath is that when we look at manifestation, and I won't go into the whole mechanics of manifestation in this episode because I've done several other ones on manifestation and abundance mindset and paradigm shifts. You can look at them whenever you want. But whenever we talk about manifestation, it's the emotional element that is the magnetic part of manifesting what you want. It's always a thought, the visualization, mixed with an emotion. What you become emotionally, what you can feel emotionally, that's what you're drawing in. So as an empath, as a highly sensitive person, you are able to tap into your emotions so deeply, and you have the ability to manifest faster than anyone you know. So don't underestimate this amazing power, people. It really is. It's been looked at as a burden for way too long, but it really is a superpower. Start tapping into those emotions. They are your greatest teachers. Don't fight them. Don't resist them. Don't push them down. Try to ignore them. Allow them to come up. They're chiseling you into the most perfect, beautiful being that you were meant to be here. So just allow it. And remember, you're a manifestation machine when you tap into those emotions, genuinely. So I want to look at a couple of the possible pitfalls, just so you're aware of them. So you can start moving through your life a little bit easier with a little bit more flow. You can hold on to other people's negative energy if you're not clearing this energy. I do have a manifestation process. I think it's called the Master Manifestation Process. It's actually an energetic process where I teach you how to cleanse, ground, and protect your energy. I would highly recommend looking at that one to understand how you can cleanse your energy. There are many different ways, energetically many different ways, and you can Google them if you want. There are also, things like sage or using Palo Santo. And definitely grounding, like bare feet on the earth, is very powerful for releasing energy, sending it back into the earth, because we don't realize how much we hold from people. And especially if you're working a job full of negative people all day, and you're coming home and you're just holding onto all that energy, and then you're going back to work just boosting that negative energy, and you don't realize how much you're holding onto it. This is where you might have a bit of discord within you going, I know I'm a positive person, but I feel like shit every day. What's happening? And you feel like you don't even have control of your own emotions. So really doing a ritual cleansing of your energetic field every single day. I would say morning and night if you can. That's what I do. And it's made a world of difference, because then I know what my base energy feels like. And then I know when someone else's energy has come in and impeded on that in some way, because it feels different. So getting used to those subtleties is really going to serve you. Sometimes you can have really drastic drops in mood. And I'm sure you've experienced this as well. If you're a highly sensitive person, you might be in a fantastic mood, and then you might just literally walk out on the street, or you might go into a shop or go to a cafe or something really simple. It might not even be that you're talking to anyone personally, but you might just be feeling the collective energy going on, and you are suddenly in a bad mood. That's when you can very easily start judging yourself and being like, why am I so negative? Why am I in such a bad mood? And you feel helpless and depleted. But again, if you can start to understand your base level energy, how that feels when you are just with your own energy, no one else is coming in and making its way around your energetic field, that's when you can start to notice these differences and go, ooh, okay, something's just shifted. There's a lot of dense energy here. I'm just going to go to this other cafe, and when I get home, I'm going to do a bit of a cleanse. The other thing is you can be very drained at the end of social interactions. That's a big one. You are taking on so much energy. Really powerful empaths are actually healing people. So you're actually taking on their dense energy, you're transmuting it, and then you're sending them back positive energy. And that can be exhausting. So you might be an extrovert, but you might also be an introvert, because you need that time to process, to recover your own energy. Everyone else has just been having a great, jolly social interaction. You've been doing that as well as a huge healing on a bunch of people energetically, and you don't even know what's happening. So you come back home and you're like, I could sleep for like 5 hours right now. Just listen to your body. Really do. That's the biggest key to all of this, really listening to your body and starting to get a feel for what energy is yours and what's not yours. And remember that this is a superpower. It's such a beautiful gift. It really, really is. It is what you make of it. But the fact that you're healing yourself on the go, you can manifest like a machine. You attract people in all sorts of ways. They can feel your beautiful energy. They want to share with you. They want to open up to you. That is a gift. That is beautiful. So be kind to yourself. Love this amazing gift you've been given. And let me know how you go. Let me know what your favorite part of this was. Let me know if this resonated with you. If you've had any challenges as an empath that you want to talk about. Love hearing from you guys so much. And yeah, so DM me on Instagram at Truejectory or at Sarah Louise Maxwell. And thank you so much for your time. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you are in the world. Stay true. I love you. Mwah.